First off, I would like to apologize for the terrible audio that you're about to witness in this video, for I have to order a new lapel mic, as mine is broken, and I thought using my gaming headset as a mic would look a little stupid for a serious political commentary. First thing, I want to ask you, and if you could do me the delight of posting this in the comments, in the next 5-6 seconds, please post your definition of a woman in the comments section. Now, hopefully you've done that, and if that wasn't enough time, you could have paused, and I'm not going to wait 10 seconds for every slow typer to catch up. My definition is someone who lacks the SRY gene. Okay, somebody who doesn't have a Y chromosome. That's my definition. Usually, another way to put it is adult human female, but I thought that would be too close to Matt Walsh's definition, so I just came up with a different one. Do you know who doesn't have a definition of woman? And that is Biden's female SCOTUS nominee. She was asked, can you give me a definition of woman? And she said, no, I can't, I'm not a biologist. Now, if you ask me what's 1 + 1, I can say it's 2. I don't have to be a mathematician. But apparently, this lib does not understand that very basic knowledge. I can read a sociological study without being a sociologist. It's not that difficult. Okay? And she doesn't understand that. But the more important topic that I want to discuss right now is the effect of Glenn Youngkin's governorship here in Virginia. I live in Virginia. I live in the largest city in Virginia. And I want to talk about specifically about the masks in schools. Now, I watch the Ben Shapiro show. I watch Michael Knowles and I watch Matt Walsh. And all of them praised Glenn Youngkin's 11 executive orders that he pushed through in his first day as a governor. But the actual predictable effects I've yet to see. The amount of people in each day that still wear a mask far outnumber those who do not. The amount of people who do not wear masks, including myself, that I see on a day-to-day basis, I can put on one hand. And I just want to point this out because people don't really understand the grip these leftists have in today's generation unless they're actually living in it. Okay, Ben Shapiro, his hypothesis is that this starts young, but it doesn't get hammered in until college. That's what he seems to believe, but it's just not true. It's not true. These leftists bury their ideological hooks into the flesh of young, impressionable children at a very young age. And this is happening all across the country. And it's not good. Back to Biden's SCOTUS Supreme Court nominee, or whatever, SCOTUS nominee. She refuses to dish out harsh punishments to child predators. I think the average, I think Ted Cruz says the average was 46% lower sentences than the prosecutor asked for. 46% lower sentence lengths than the prosecutor asked for on average for child predators. And this is somebody that Biden thinks is good for SCOTUS. And that's just crazy. That is utter nonsense. If there was ever a case for the 25th Amendment, I think that is Joe Biden. But let's get to the actual root causes of somebody like this SCOTUS nominee. Why does she think that child predator is okay? Why does she think being a child predator is okay? And why does she think that dishing more lenient sentences against child predators is okay. And I think that's because God has been removed from the center of our culture. This is something that Nietzsche pointed out, and Jordan Peterson has talked on extensively. In his book 12 More Rules, I think number 6 is abandon ideology or something like that. Ideology. And that's because when you remove God, when you remove the ideal, the only place you have is nihilism, and on the other hand, you have extreme ideology. But you see, both of those have religious substructures because human beings are religious creatures. Now, I could bore you with a monologue about those things, but I guarantee you're not all that interested in it. Right? I think that's a pretty fair suggestion. Third thing, Nancy Pelosi stopped the Ukraine war. I know. You're asking how? What happened? She read a cringy poem from Bono on St. Patrick's Day. And it just makes fun of Putin in Ukraine. So I guess she read the poem and Putin stepped in and was like, poetry, so awesome. I'm going to remove all my troops instantaneously. But no, that won't happen. I don't know why these people keep singing poetry for Putin or whatever. Speaking of Ukraine and Putin, I think we've done a fairly good job at supplying the citizens of Ukraine with anti-aircraft weapons. Okay, when Russia first invaded, everybody thought that Russia would have complete tyranny over the skies, but it seems to be not that case. It's not the case right currently. Thanks to the efforts of some of the surrounding NATO countries and the United States of supplying Ukraine with anti-aircraft weaponry. But I would like to focus on Putin's actual motivations of invading Ukraine. Let's use Jung's dictum, okay? If you want to infer the motivation, look at the outcome. What is the outcome of Putin invading Ukraine? The entire world is on fire right now. He has proved that everybody is relying on Russian oil because the United States has stopped exporting it. Okay? He proved the weakness of Western leadership. And so could the whole facade of I'm getting Ukraine for some historical nonsense really be a cover for I just wanted to prove my superiority and how weak the Western world has become? I think that's a fairly reasonable conclusion. But I will leave that for you to decide. Fourth thing, let's talk about Leah Thomas, the man who just defeated biological women in swimming. Okay, so, and what I really want to focus on is the after interview. Okay, so I'm not going to play a video because, frankly, I don't want my files to get corrupted again because this is a number of takes down the road. But I'll just describe the picture to you. Okay? Leah Thomas is in the interview. The person giving him the after interview spotlight or whatever is an actual biological female. And he towers over her. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2", which puts him in the top 1 percentile of women height in the entire world. He clearly has far more muscle mass in both his upper and lower bodies. Okay, frankly, it's stupid that he was even allowed to compete because for some reason leftists buckle under the assertion that a man isn't a woman because they live in a fantasy land. Their picture of utopia requires lies for it to happen. Okay, so then they can justify themselves lying to everything. And once you question their worldview, everything buckles. They can't support a single thing in their ideology. So they crumble and they recede into a little hole and they become Smeagol like creatures. Or Gollum like creatures. I forget which one's the corrupted one because I haven't read Lord of the Rings in some time. But that's my thoughts on what's happened in the past couple days. I want to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. Please follow me on Instagram. Link in the description. Follow The Facts For You. Also linked in the description. And thank you for watching. Hopefully next episode will be a little more structured and a little better edited. Thank you for your support. I'll catch you next time.